G'day, Heidi Wright here, Director of Wright Social. A lot of the organisations I come across looking to put their product or service in front of the agri-rural market often miss a really important part of the customer journey, and that is learning about how they move through the path to purchase. So every customer has a path to purchase. I was listening to a podcast not long ago on a Qantas flight, and it really struck me how simple it is, yet how complicated the journey for every customer can be. So they were talking about knowing the path to your purchase knowing the path that your customer takes to the purchase, and then building the digital infrastructure around that to facilitate it. I think so often we start with technology and we map out the automation. We pick what platforms we want to utilise based on general knowledge, recommendations, maybe you've spoken to an agency, and we forget to start with the customer. So it's about understanding how the customer does business with you and then developing the digital infrastructure around that. So there's 6 key phases I want to share with you that's going to help you understand exactly what those processes are that the customer moves through in order to do business with you and arrive at that final sale. So in any consideration of a purchase, it's got to start with knowing you. If they don't know about you, how can they do business with you? So the first thing is that they need to be aware of your product or service. Now, there is some fundamentals in the awareness phase that we want to get right. One is we want to build trust, and we want to build that straight off the bat. Trust has a couple of elements to it, and I'd love to create another video on this for you. But when I think of trust, I think of credibility, I think of reliability, and I also think of intimacy, because if there's no affinity or intimacy in the relationship, then the trust just isn't there. So when you're going about building awareness for your brand, just think about that element of trust. So we need to move the customer through an awareness phase in order to get them doing business with us, and that of course is weaving in that trust factor. That could be a video that you put together about yourself, about your business, and about the solutions that you offer. Or it could be an image ad that is produced specifically to target your audience and resonate with them at an emotional level. Then we want to move them through to the consideration phase. Now, this is where customers are they're aware of the problem that they have, they understand a little bit about how your business can help them, but now they're looking over the fence at what other options they could go with. And it might not be so obvious to us as business owners who are the competitors. It could be a completely different category of solution they're going after. So this is when we really want to serve our audience content that helps them go, well, if I do business with this organisation and I transact, this is the solution I'm going to get. So they want reassurance. They want to see case studies and testimonials to validate the fact that yes, when I buy from this company, they will deliver and my solution will be solved. They then move from awareness to consideration down to purchase intent. And this is when we want to persuade them in an authentic way as to why they should choose us. So this is when your differentiation factor is really important. Then they're of course ready to buy from us. Now we want to make the purchase as seamless as possible. There's a couple of different categories of purchases when it comes to online. There's obviously e-commerce where they're actually physically clicking through to a site or a transaction point to purchase online. There's obviously digital products, and then there is lead generation where we might have a phone number or an email address and the sale is made offline later in the paddock, in the field, when that customer is nurtured. So after this purchase phase, they then are thinking, have I made the right decision? So now is a really good time to get back in front of your customer and make them a loyal lifetime customer. This is about loyalty. So it's about building this customer relationship, this first person who's gone through awareness phase, consideration phase, and the purchase intent phase, and now as a customer, ensuring that that loyalty is maintained. There's various ways you can do that, but the point of this video is to be aware that this is a really important phase if your agribusiness is looking to sustain long-term its customer base. The next one, of course, is referral. So loyalty, referral, they sort of work together. Think about how you can really leverage this customer and add value to them, so then they will also advocate for you. And obviously there's lots of different referral programs that can be looked at, but this is a really important part, I believe, the bottom right at the bottom there, after they've purchased, to really think about your loyalty and referral programs, because we all know that with the ag industry, you only get one chance to develop that trust, to really work them into your business. Once you've got them, usually they're always a customer, but we don't want to be complacent at this bottom level. So I've rambled on a bit, but I hope you've got the gist. There are those buying decision-making processes that every customer will go through in order to do business with you. And it's our job at Wright Social to work out, well, what is the customer path to purchase? How do we move them from A, knowing nothing about you, to B, doing business with you in an authentic way that helps them feel good about their product purchase or their service with you, and also gives you a lifetime customer. I hope we will see you again soon. Catch ya.